The summer leaders are really great at camp. They help out with all the groups. The kids love them. And for me, what I see in them is a sense of maturity that I wish I could have had when I was coming through camp. I came since I was 10, and I just see these kids rolling in, and they're very mature. They know all these leadership skills that are so useful further on in your life. And it's been quite impactful for me because they teach me a lot, and it's just really nice to see. And hopefully they're learning stuff from me. I'm a big goofy guy, but hopefully they'll learn to have more fun in a serious situation.
My name is Maddie, and I'm a summer leader here at Camp Clark. And I really enjoyed the experience here because you get to have fun with kids, and they have fun with you, and they always want to just be all over you, especially the 4-5-year-olds. They're very cute, but they're very fun to be around, and they always want to do what you do.
I would really like the program to continue because the summer leaders are all very different in their own ways, and I feel like most of them can be really well with kids. Some of them started and they were like, no, I don't like kids, but at the end of the summer, everyone's always like, I love kids, I like being with kids, and it makes people focus on other people more than just themselves.
Yes, I would definitely recommend it. I mean, no matter who you are, I think this would be a great program. You have fun with kids, kids have fun with you, and like I said before, there's really no other feeling than making a kid's day. Because the way you see them light up, just like that, and after that, it's just all downhill.
My name is Catherine Colantoni. I'm the camp director here at Camp Clark. We're lucky enough to have a very large summer leader program this year from PCIS and from Plymouth South Middle Schools. It's so far one of the most successful years that we've had as far as numbers as well as far as success stories. Some of the kids that have come this year have grown up at camp, and it's been amazing to watch them grow to be successful summer leaders this year. Some of them have been here since they were 4 or 5, and now here they are 13, 14 years old, and we get to see them really shine and lead the group. These summer leaders this year are extra special in the fact that they, day one, jumped right into the program and didn't hesitate to go lead a group game or to focus on the EdGap piece of it. They really placed a special focus this year on the EdGap piece and increasing summer learning. They did a fantastic job leading age groups from about 6 years old, even the little guys 4 and 5, all the way up to the 10-year-old groups. And they did a fantastic job being role models for them and really interacting with the kids. And then they also bonded with the counselors, so they learned some leadership skills from the counselors and were able to prepare for next year. So we do hope that they continue on next year through our CIT program at camp. And then in future years, hopefully return to us. We do have some summer leaders that actually came back this year and are camp counselors. So that's the ultimate goal, is that they come back and they want to be a bigger part of the camp experience.
Is Kristana de Pasqua, and probably my favorite thing about coming here is you get to build relationships with the kids. Sometimes, most of the time, for me, the girls, because I work mostly with all girls, they always feel comfortable enough to come to me and talk to me about things going on in their life. So it's I feel like maybe I made an impact on them because they couldn't talk to other people, so they come and they talk to me. More prepared to go to school now and focus and get to my goals than I was before I started, because I mean, having a lot of responsibility definitely helped get me ready for high school. So
the impacts I made in the kids, I think, is I helped them be a better person in life, but the impacts they do on me is like they help me be prepared, like because I have like a lot of little brothers, so when they grow up, I need to teach them better things. King Branch. I was one of the first summer leaders. I think it was 2012. It was a fun year. It was my first time experiencing working in a camp environment. Of course, as a child, I was at YMCA, so I was one of the campers. But you know, getting the chance to be a red shirt, that's what we call it. It was a good experience. You know, I got to learn the responsibility that the counselors go through. You know, the CITs. Luckily, I got to skip that part and go straight to the counselor because I'm just that nice. But you know, from there, you know, I went to counselor. I was counselor at Sioux Village, first year, Brockton, of course. After that, went to Comanche, my home, my pride. I love Comanche. And I always had aspirations to be a unit head. When I was in Sioux Village my first year, I wanted to be unit head, but that wasn't gonna happen. Yeah, nothing. So when I got to Comanche, I was like, all right, I'm making my home here. I'm going for unit head. And after, I think, my second year, I became unit head for Comanche. What that really entitled, though, was more, I ended up taking on more responsibility than I thought I would. I went from, you know, dealing with just 9 and 10-year-old boys to dealing with really camp-wide behavior issues, thus forming my new position of behavior specialist as well as a senior counselor. And yeah, I think I've been here about 6 years, and I've gotten to deal with a lot of different children from different backgrounds, all from, you know, just different walks of life, and kids who've gone through varying trials and tribulations, and I've you know, helped them take their steps through it. I've talked them, coached them through it, just let them know that there was someone here for them, someone who cared, and someone who just wanted them to succeed. Because that's all we really want here. It's just we want to see these kids succeed. You know, we get them from when they started way in the woods, and we watch as they grow from Sioux Village to Iroquois, Comanche, all the way to New Horizons, Lakota. Hopefully they become a CIT, and then they become, we have a couple here who started that route and ended up being counselors. And it's a beautiful thing to see, really. And it's one of those things you just love. You just really can't leave. Like I said, it's been 6 years. We're probably going to be here for like 10 more. So, when I started, I was 12. Nope, 13. I would say 13. And I had just moved to Brockton. A lot of family stuff going on. You can ask Matt, I was a little brat around that time. But you know, as I grew within the program, I've also matured, of course. I've learned new things. I've calmed down a lot, and I've learned better ways to cope with my anger and just cope with, you know, things that are out of my control. And, you know, from a counselor, it was tough. It was tough. Being a counselor was tough. It was, you know, it was a struggle daily, just because these are situations that you're not going to see on a daily basis. And you just, you know, once you met with them, you have to find a way to endure it and help that child endure it, because they're looking to you as a role model. And that's what I took on, you know, as soon as I came here. I was 15, turning 16 when I became a counselor. I threw on my superhero cape and I did what I had to do for these children. And then when I became a unit head, I was 18, turning 19. And at that point, it was one of those just, I'm here for everybody. Whoever needs my help, I'm here for you, and that's all I want you to know. And it was that. I was dealing with Sioux Village kids. I was dealing with Iroquois kids. I have relationships with Lakota kids, you know, once they found themselves in a place where they just couldn't express themselves. I was there for them. And in a way it was there for me too, because I was able to learn through them vicariously, because, you know, as a child who comes from similar backgrounds as most of these kids, I get it. It's traumatic stuff that they deal with. And so seeing them go through this process, it's kind of like a boost for myself in a way. And so we feed off each other, me and the children. And it's just very humbling and inspiring.